have the last technical session. To handle this session, we have CA Dr. Gopak Krishna Raju. I request Treasurer of Bangalore branch to escort him to the dais and hand him over with the floral bouquet. CA Dr. Gopak Krishna Raju is a practicing chartered accountant, registered insolvency professional and registered valuer from Chennai. His GKR is a tax assurance and restructure partner of Mrs. K. Gopal Rao and Co. He hails from a family of chartered accountants. His father, mother, younger brother and his wife all are practicing chartered accountants. GKR has served consecutively 3 terms, which is 9 years from 2010 to 2019 as the Southern India Regional Council member of the ICAI. He has been recently awarded with honorary doctorate in governance of GST in government sector by State Mother Teresa University, Melbourne, Australia. GKR is the independent director's data bank and have qualified with distinction the online professional self-assessment test conducted by the Institute of Corporate Affairs. His other qualification includes qualified valuer, qualified IBBI, associate member of the Institute of Cost Accountants with All India rank, associate member of Institute of Company Secretary ICESI, then twin postgraduate diploma holder in Operation Research in Financial Management from Pondicherry University, MPhil in the Management of Tamil Nadu Open University, qualified information system auditor from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India as well. He holds 8 NSE certification in financial markets and other derivative securities, commodity and other markets. He is a seasoned speaker on information technology and finance and taxation. He is nominated in other committees such as Finance and Taxation Panel member of FICCI Tamil Nadu State Council, Chairman of Valuation Standards Board, All India Institute of Valuation Foundation, Valuation Standards Board, Academic Board, Department of Commerce, Loyola College, Academic Council member, DG Vaishnava College, Academy Advisory Board, Academic Board of various other colleges. He is a passionate writer on technology and taxation in numerous journals and newspapers, columnist in Tamil Daily, the Hindu Tamil, and the weekly Tamil magazine Nayakam Vitayam Puttiya, if I have pronounced it right. Regularly appears in or interviewed in numerous Tamil TV channels and Tamil FM radios including DD Pottagai, Jaya TV, News 18 Tamil Nadu, Kaveri News, FM Rainbow. A versatile speaker. With this brief introduction, I present to you before GKR, Dr. CA Gopak Krishna Raju.
Thank you, Pramod, Secretary of Bangalore branch. Senior members of the profession, executive members, a very warm good evening.
Good evening.
My presentation will be not like others, so there is no presentation. The topic is on not on professional or technical standards, but this is on ethical standards. It's a very unique topic. Of all the subjects as a CS student when we go through for our examination, ethics comes last. And today we have the Code of Ethics published by ICAI, which has now run to the 3rd edition or 3rd volume. Quite voluminous. Maybe if I have to discuss all, it will. Many has been covered by the previous speakers. So what has not been covered, I will discuss. Let me go in a Q&A format. I'll first start with one interesting question. Today, visiting cards of a chartered accountant or a CA firm, okay, we will call it as a CA firm, because whenever I put scenarios, I will be very clear whether it is a member in practice or whether it is with respect to a CA firm or member in general. Okay. Now this scenario is with respect to a CA firm. Can they print their vision and values? Because every organization, they have their vision values. Can a CA firm print its vision and values behind its visiting cards? Okay. So this is what. So I will not bore you with first schedule, part 1, part 2, classes and all. I will not. If required, I will give you the reference alone. Ethical Standards Board. Now and then they review these aspects and they pronounce their decision as a board. Ethical Standards Board, they pronounce their decision, giving due references to the various provisions of the Chartered Accountants Act and also the CA regulations and also the council decisions and guidelines. With respect to vision and mission values for a CA firm, they have clarified that printing of vision and values behind a visiting card may result in solicitation. So therefore would be violated, not permitted. I'll take you to another footage. Nowadays, visiting cards of CAs. Okay. This is CA firm. Now this is visiting card of CAs. Visiting card of chartered accountants. So I am not referring to, very specifically I will refer to chartered accountant in practice. Whether the visiting cards are now in E mode also, digital visiting cards. So I'll just I'll share the digital visiting card. Can we have the photograph in the visiting card or a digital visiting card? Okay. My name will be there, qualification, partner, address, that and email ID. What is it? Firm website ID. Photograph. Again, first schedule, part 1, clause 6 and 7 is referred. They have clarified ethical standards. The business class, they only print photographs on their visiting cards for promoting their business and soliciting clients. So it is not permitted for chartered accountants in practice to print their photographs on visiting cards. Good. Now, and they have also extended whether can we do it for e-visiting card? They are also no, not practice. Now, nowadays banks, they engage or they request chartered accountants. Can you be a direct selling agent for the credit cards? Okay. Now there are two kinds of services that can be requested. One is, can you market the product? Okay. Number 2, of course, after marketing, the application will come. There is a method to verify the application. Verify the credit card applicant's credential. Services in the nature of verification of their financial information. All this. CIBIL, GIBIL, so many things. So here, the board has even brought out a announcement which is there in the present website. You can go to the Ethical Standards Board website. So where they mention very clearly two things. A member in practice not permitted to market, but he may verify the credit card credential, he may provide services in the nature of verification or any other assurance services, or he may even provide services in the nature of any consultancy. So, marketing prohibited, the other services was. Now, I will now come to some very interesting scenarios. You are the statutory auditor of a company. Can you accept the system audit of the same company? I will also come for the internal auditor, concurrent auditor, many things will come. Okay? Let me make this point first. Statutory audit for a private limited company. Now the same company, they request you to do the system audit. Can it be done?
No, it cannot.
Code of Ethics, reference. Subsection 606, Volume 1 Code of Ethics. IT System Services. Under this, it includes provisions which shall be complied by firms while providing IT systems services to audit clients. This also contains prohibitions while providing certain IT services to audit clients. Like maybe we would have done in our ESA course also. If the auditor is involved in the system development, he should not do the system audit. So that is prohibited. But here, Standards Board, Ethical Standards Board, they have clarified statutory auditor can accept the assignment of a system audit of a bank which did not involve any scrutiny or review of financial data or information. So, the system audit is only with respect to logical access control, environmental control, with respect to general controls. So, those are not anything with respect to financial audit or information. So, therefore, they can do.
Only for bank.
No.
Only
Bank.
banks.
The queries came for a bank, it can be for any entity. No.
There is a limitation on the fees, right? The fees for that cannot exceed your fees for the audit, if you are doing the audit for the same client.
I'll come to that part. I'll come to that particular question a little later. Okay. I have one more scenario for that. Okay. Here you can accept. Okay. Now let me come with one more interesting situation. Now, communication with the previous auditor. Okay. Communication with the previous auditor is mandatory. Class 8, Part 1, First Schedule. Now, you have got the new audit now. Previous auditor is somebody. You have been appointed as a new auditor because previous auditor is no more. Now, communication to the previous auditor, should it be sent to Vaikuntham or Kailas? What to do? Ethical Standards Board has sat and they deliberated. Possibility 1, possibility. Possibility 1. If the previous auditor is a sole proprietor firm, no need for communication. The previous auditor is a partnership firm. You have to. Now, another interesting thing. Cooperative banks. 2 years back, cooperative banks, NBFC, both are now under the full control, 100% control of Reserve Bank, including appointed auditors. Now, one chartered accountant in practice, and CA in practice, can he be a director in a cooperative bank? Director in a cooperative bank? Yes, no. Don't say, no, he can be independent director, but not directly.
Professional.
So ethical standards board against that, and they discussed director simplicity. Okay, there is a concept called director simplicity, who will not be paid any remuneration, but he will be paid for sitting for the board, sitting fees. Okay, so therefore the member should be a non-executive or an independent director in a cooperative bank and not day-to-day. Okay? And most important, he should not be the auditor of the cooperative bank or any of his partners should not be same bank. Okay. Now we see another scenario. TIN Facilitation Center, the Tax Information Network, the Facilitation Center. Can a member in practice, okay, now under Ministry of Corporate Affairs, almost every ministry, out of 52 ministries, every ministry you have a lot of scope. One scope available in Ministry of Corporate Affairs is a chartered accountant in practice, company secretary in practice, cost accountant in practice can apply to be a TIN Facilitation Center. Okay. Now there are two circumstances. I'll be the facilitation center, or there will be a TIN Facilitation Center. I will act as a franchisee to the facilitation center. Okay. Can I do so? Okay. So this was a very interesting scenario because TIN Facilitation Center license is given to MC, a direct MC, no intermediate, straight MC. So what happened is, we are in 2022. In 2012, the board, ethical standard board, they gave a decision that a member in practice may establish a TIN Facilitation Center. However, it is not permissible for him to be a franchisee under another TIN Facilitation Center. Like that they gave a decision. Then they revised the decision. So being a franchisee is also equivalent to the same responsibility rules, same activity only you are doing. So one is permitted, one is not permitted. It doesn't go well, so both are permitted. Okay. So a member in practice can be a direct TIN Facilitation Center and also be a franchisee. Now, I cannot advertise, but can my client advertise? Okay.
That is more dangerous.
Okay.
Independence.
My client advertises my name. Okay, I am not advertising. Okay. For example, my client puts a very big banner. Okay. Cut out. In Hosur, it's Puttalingam's big cutout by the client of Puttalingam's. Now, he doesn't say, no, you have to put a, no, he doesn't say. And one fine day he comes out, this is a very big cutout. Political. Okay. Now, what does Institute say? Can a client use the name of the CFO? Okay. And say, he is our knowledge partner, or Thanksgiving message. Okay. My auditor is great. Thank you very much for being my auditor. Can it be done? I don't know. It's very interesting. So, again, ethical standards code they set. They analyze first schedule part 1 clause 6 with respect to soliciting clients. Okay. There they have used a word called directly or indirectly. I don't know. So they said it may come under indirect. So, use of firm name by client mentioning a firm as a knowledge partner. Okay, so that is our thank you advertisement is not permissible. So, firm name don't use it. You use individual. Okay, so the ethical standard code, they don't say use individual name. They only say don't use firm name. So, what is the corollary? Individual name. So, cut out to that. Individual. Now, next. There is an interesting provision in Companies Act. That 149(3). What it says? Directors, at least one director should be a resident director. Okay, at least one director should be a resident director. So one person who will be a meek person who will fit that 149(3) is a chartered accountant in practice because he can run away. So I make him a director. And can a chartered accountant in practice who is a resident director as per 149(3) would be covered under the concept of director simpliciter? Just now we saw a person can appoint as a director in a cooperative bank, only board meeting, only sitting fees, no day-to-day operation. But this is resident director. All other are non-resident. Okay. So again, ethical standard board they set and they analyzed this section. Now interesting part here is first schedule part 1 class 11. They referred, and there the expression director simpliciter is there, but the word resident director is nowhere defined even in Companies Act. Even defined not in Companies Act. So therefore, a chartered accountant in practice can be a director, and incidentally he is a resident director. Incidentally. Only thing, he should not be again be a non-executive director and no remuneration. Same point continues. Now, settler of a trust, author of a trust, founder trustee of a trust. Can a chartered accountant in practice be a settler of a trust? Is it permissible under the chartered accountant's regulation? Answer is yes. Straight away it is there. Because regulation 191 itself says chartered accountant in practice is permitted to act as a trustee. Trustee includes settler also. Good. Now, another situation. I will not take much time, maybe next another. 5 o'clock we will close. Okay. Time out. 5 o'clock time out. Now, there are two situations I tell you for this scenario. One is question of non-payment of fees. Question of non-payment of fees. Now, that is, I'm not going into the detail. Okay, there's a question called non-payment of fees. There's another concept is there that is called can a chartered accountant can have a lien on the documents belonging to the client. There are two types of documents we will have. One is documents belonging to the client. Documents, okay, as a client's agent, you would have maybe as a, for example, for an income tax case, you would have prepared a lot of replies, responses. So, lot of books and papers used in relation to representing the client in his capacity as an agent. So, the board, ethical standards board, has very rightly distinguished these three aspects separately. Okay. One, just because fees is pending, a chartered accountant cannot exercise lien over the client documents, client records for non-payment of his fees. So that point they have made it very clear. Now with respect to the records of during the course of being an agent or representative, the standard board is silent, they don't prohibit. So that means it is your record, you will keep it. Now, I'll take you to another interesting question. You are appointed as the statutory auditor of a bank. Okay? Bank branch. Can you accept inspection audit and stock audit of the same bank? Okay. Or any of the branches of the same bank? Or sister concern of the bank? Or the associate bank of that bank?
What is associate bank?
Associate means 30% control will be there. It's on that. More than, it is between 20 to 50% will be there. So 30% is a substantial interest. The terminal is a substantial. Above 50 is subsidiary. Okay. Ethical Standards Board sat and they discussed second schedule part 1 clause 4, where they said Companies Act, they prohibit a statutory auditor cannot be an internal auditor. So all the 4 circumstances, that is same bank inspection audit or stock audit, or that means same branch, or any of the branches of the same bank, or sister concern of the bank or associate bank is not possible because it is a management audit. So all the 4 circumstances are not permissible. Now they have also made one more observation. This particular principle should be only applied bank wise, not branch wise. The clarity also there. So even if I have done it for one branch of a bank, it is applicable for the bank. Now, I am going to take a very finer point, okay, in the same aspect. You are statutory auditor of a company called A Limited. Okay. Now, we are prohibited to do the internal audit of A Limited. Right? There is a joint venture company of A Limited. There is an associate company of A Limited. There is a subsidiary company of A Limited. Now, for the A Limited, I will not do internal audit, but can I do internal audit of the subsidiary company, the associate company, and the joint venture company?
No.
With the situation.
No.
Okay? They are all situation negated. Okay, not permissible. Here I have given 3 circumstances. Okay, so here they made one very important observation. Ethical Standards Board, they sat and analyzed what is an associate company under section 2(6) of the Companies Act, and also explanation to section 129. Okay. Now here they say the auditor can do, permitted to do, internal audit of the associate company and joint venture company, but not subsidiary. So holding subsidiary, not only below, above also. See? So left to right you can do, but not the family. The family is holding subsidiary. My holding company internal audit also I cannot do. My subsidiaries internal audit I can do. But JVs internal audit I can do. And associate companies internal audit I can do. So very interesting analysis there. Now, I am going to extend the same logic to an LLP also. Okay, an LLP. You are the statutory auditor of an LLP. Okay, LLP. A and Co LLP, your statutory. Can I take the internal audit of a company which is 50% partner in this LLP? A and Co LLP, I am the statutory auditor. In A and Co there are two partners. Both the partners are private limited companies. Can private limited company can be partners? Yes. One of the private limited company is 50%. Now, can the statutory auditor of the A and Co LLP can be appointed as the internal auditor of the partner? Okay. Now here 50%.
Even 10% you can. Because you are a partner to the.
So now from
If you are
company
appointed
side.
here as a partner, then you are resign from that. You are getting disqualified.
Conflict of
Okay. So the ethical standard were against that and they took only one point. Section 2 within bracket 87, which is called body corporate will be within the definition of subsidiary company. Subsidiary company definition is 287. And body corporate will come within the definition of subsidiary company. So therefore, LLP will be covered under the definition of subsidiary. So therefore, you cannot do it.
But
Okay.
what if it is an associate?
Again,
Same.
possible, same model. Associate or joint venture. Allowed.
No, but then here you have to go and resign. You know, because you are disqualified.
So internal audit of 50% partnership.
You take up this
Not
internal
permissible.
audit, the moment you take up this internal, that statutory audit you are disqualified.
Yes, that's perfect. Anyone you can do. Anyone you can do. That is his point. So I am speaking from this order. So I will, Mr. Kuttalingam's view is where the fees is maximum, that to retain. My other view resign. Correct.
fees or risk.
No, that we can do. No, I want both. Kanna, rendu laddu tinga. Rendu laddu. Both the laddu. Now, actually this question is applicable to me. Can a member in practice take class as guest lecturer and receive honorarium on per class basis? Now, this year I was invited to IIM. Now my designation there was not guest lecturer, okay, guest faculty. IIM Bangalore, once I was invited, there I was, the letter said you are a guest faculty. Now this IIM, they appointed me as a visiting faculty. Okay, and ethical standard board they sat. They distinguished between guest faculty, visiting faculty, and part-time or full-time lecturership. Okay, so now can I be a full-time lecturership? No. Can I be a part-time lecturership? There they say, part-time if you want to do, you have to get prior permission of the council. But they have given one blanket permission, other than full-time or part-time. Okay. What is that? If the teaching hours as a lecturer in any university, college, education institution, coaching institute, private tutorship, okay, online, okay, should not exceed dash hours per week. Then don't come to me.
15,
Blanket permission, go. So can you guess what should be the maximum hours?
15 hours in 15 or 20 hours in a week.
25 hours per week. Okay. Okay. So that is paid. Okay. Now they also analyze. Is there a distinction between visiting faculty and guest faculty? Answer is yes. Guest faculty means you will occasionally go. But visiting faculty means he will go on a regular basis, but not necessarily daily. Okay, but not necessarily daily. So, permitted if within the norms of 25 hours per week. So, I was engaged, sir, you have to take Saturday and Sunday. Saturday 4 hours, Sunday 4 hours, so 8 hours. So, I have come within the norms. So, very interesting. So, those who cross the Lakshman Rekha of 25, okay, they are not permitted. Now, the same trust or society or Section 8 company, a practicing chartered accountant is invited to be a office bearer. Okay, we have president, vice president, secretary, treasurer. Honorary basis. No payment. Can it be done? We have a blanket permission granted given in the Chartered Accountants Regulation, Appendix 9. Okay. Honorary office bearership of charitable, educational or other non-commercial organization. No specific permission required. Go ahead. Then. Now, can a chartered accountant be a arbitrator and registered as a member of Indian Council of Arbitration? Similarly, can a practicing chartered accountant act as a mediator in court? Okay. So, this is a very, very interesting question.
It can be an arbitrator.
Okay, so here, Regulation 191 is referred by the Ethical Standards. So, where they say, a chartered accountant in practice may act as liquidator, trustee, executor, administrator, arbitrator, receiver, advisor, or representative, or may take up any appointment under state government, central government, or any court of law, or any other legal authority, or may even act as a secretary in his professional capacity, provided it is not on a salary come full-time basis. So permitted. And mediator will be deemed to be covered under the meaning of arbitrator. So permitted. Now, there are chartered accountants who direct movies. There are chartered accountants who are music directors. There are chartered accountants in practice, CA in practice, are they permitted to write a script, story for a movie? Okay. Again, the Ethical Standards Board. They said, Appendix 9 to Chartered Accountants Regulation, they give a general permission for what? You can author books, an article. We see so many. You can author books and article. And also there is a clarification they are given. Okay. You have written a book as a chartered accountant based on which a movie is taken. Permitted. But for a movie, okay, writing a script or story will not fall under the blanket permission. So therefore prohibited. Cannot permission. Now, I go. You are the partner in a CA firm which does audit of an insurance company. We have the 4 insurance companies, public sector. Now can you accept the work of surveyor of the same insurance company? First of all, can a chartered accountant be a surveyor? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Now here there is a conflict. Okay. So I will clarify that one. So you can be a surveyor. Now here, the next is your firm is the auditor and the partner of the same firm. You don't sign the balance sheet, but you are only a partner of the firm, but you do survey of that same insurance company, ABC Insurance. So is it possible? So they use a word called conflict of interest. So since there will be conflict of interest, it may likely impact the independence, so not permissible. Then, digital signature. I want to be a CCA, that is Controller Certifying Authority. Below that you have the certifying authorities. You have 9 certifying authorities, and each certifying authorities they appoint some hundreds of registration authorities across India. So through them only we have to buy the digital signature. Now can a CA in practice engage himself or herself as a registration authority for limited purpose of obtaining digital signature for clients, their clients and others? Is it permitted? So they have clarified that a member in practice may engage as registration authority for obtaining digital signature for clients but not for others. It's a very thin clarity they have given here.
Then one more doubt. If they obtain DSC for clients, then independence,
Management, they do
management work. So,
They cannot be the statutory auditor then of their clients.
No, this is you only see what is the I want to define here because there is no question for because the scope is very clear. What is the registration authority? The registration authority, he will verify certain document. Actually, an RA cannot issue a digital signature certificate. CCA will give the digital signature certificate for the CAs, that is certifying authority. And RA will not issue digital signature. RA only will receive the application, verify and then submit it, and the digital signature is issued by the certifying authority only, not RA. So RA it cannot issue digital signature certificate. They will only make a request for a digital signature certificate. So that is the definition. Who's an RA is an authority in a network that verifies user request or digital certificate and tells the CA, that is certifying authority, to issue it. Everything is fine. So it is a verification work.
the moment you request it is on behalf of the client, your independent is requested.
No, you are not. You are only verifying the credentials and someone has to verify.
No, verification is okay, but you are requesting for DSC.
You cannot do for your audit clients. Correct. For your
In my
audit
opinion,
yeah.
if you do that, you lose the audit of the company.
No, you are not actually doing any financial transaction verification
Not
here.
the
You
same
only do the verification, whether he is alive, whether the document given is correct.
No,
Okay.
No,
This
that's
is
what
what
is
you do.
okay. Now the question is you are asking, requesting for an allotment.
No, are you requesting or recommending?
No, you are facilitating this.
And facilitating is also a job which is for on behalf of the client.
You are only request. You are only you only verify the documents.
If you are verifying, then there is no problem. But if you do beyond that, then
Because a certifying authority don't want to handle everything. So he will say, you upload all the documents after you verify. So you will be my registering authority and you will be under my purview. So you have a scope, a very limited scope.
But unless request is made, the auditor will not be required to verify the documents. Only
That's-
he has to make a request.
That is no way will impair your independence. No way.
No, why it is restricted to clients?
I have
They can do it then for everybody, anybody.
Because my view is you can do it for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
When you can do for your clients,
Exactly.
because the query was only asked for, can I do for my clients? And so you can do for your clients.
So, but
So when
finally,
you can do for your clients, you can also do for everyone.
Possibly I have a logic for this because you might solicit the other ones. When you start doing outright saying that I will register.
That is why they have not put that in
Might
writing.
obvious. So
Yes.
once you are a client.
That will be indirect soliciting. That's indirect soliciting.
That is what I guess.
but
Yeah.
finally the client is the one who is doing the verification. No, on the
Not
portal-
client, RA, auditor, member in practice only doing the verification.
directly more
Okay.
independent.
That now,
More dangerous. Right? Once you take up that, you should.
so now we have very limited time. Okay, I think I have crossed up. I'll take last 5 minutes.
Say it's okay, that's it, it's dangerous.
I have some more very interesting questions. can a member in practice provide virtual CFO services? So let me be very quick. Tactically, let me finish some fighting aspects.
No,
Yes or no?
no.
Yes.
CFO no.
Virtual CFO services, member in practice.
CFO no.
Not permitted.
CFO no.
Not permitted. Okay.
Virtual,
Okay. Now, can a member in practice?
Restricted to consultation, what should be the answer? If it's to a different client and it should be restricted to consultation, not executing the same. When virtual CFO can be
Yeah,
anything.
my question adds to him that if he's not taking salary, he's just taking as a consultation fee.
Exactly. It's
He's a CFO,
consultation.
virtual
Then it is not a virtual CFO service. That means your engagement is different. So the decision of
is just a designation.
Please permit me. Please permit me, sir. The services of a virtual CFO in common parlance would partake at par with the nature of services of a CFO. So therefore, why do you want to call yourself a virtual CFO? You say you are a consultant. Okay. If the engagement is not with respect to,
No, that's what it is.
so 203 of the Companies Act, they give a very clear, and also you have the definition under the Companies Act also. So virtual CFO is a CFO. So therefore, not permitted. Now, can a member in practice act as a trademark or patent attorney? Attorney. So because, for example, for a trademark application, somebody has to represent the client. Okay. So explain. So,
management service.
huh?
Representation is permitted.
No, that becomes he is like an attorney. Okay, so there they make it very clear that in the trademark rules 2017, which provides very clearly that a person who is a graduate of any university or possesses an equivalent qualification and has passed the examination of and is an advocate within the meaning of Advocate Act or is a member of Institute of Company Secretaries of India shall be qualified to be registered as a trademark agent.
Then we are not ready.
Our name is not there. Okay. Number one. Number two, Ethical Standards Board have clarified that the professional advice in relation to IPR is a routine professional work. So therefore, it is permissible. What is not permissible is to act as a trademark attorney or a patent attorney, which is not permitted. Now, let me come to another interesting. Nowadays, you see a lot of YouTube channels created. Okay. So, as a member, can a member, I am not giving a generic, not a chartered accountant in practice. Okay, we will also include chartered accountant in practice also in it. Okay. Can a CA in practice upload videos on YouTube and receive money from YouTube if the video goes viral on the platform?
People are doing it, but not in the firm's name. They are doing it in the individual name, and hundreds of them are doing it.
Okay, so this is a very interesting question then. So what they say is, first schedule part 1 clause 3 and also first schedule part 1 clause 6. They made it very clear that members may upload videos of educational nature. No reference should be made to the CFO, only individuals. Wherein the member is a partner or proprietor. Further, it should not contain any contact details or website address. So this is permitted. Now, the intention behind permitting this, the activity of uploading the educational videos is only to impart knowledge. So, rather than earning income. So, no issue in knowledge sharing. But commercialization of the same is not permitted by both. So therefore,
How do you
there
differentiate?
is a concept called monetizing. You can make it viral, but making it viral is not monetizing. There is a, my son used to say, you are also putting a lot of videos, you go and click that, you enable a button called monetize. The moment you click monetize, then only the meter will run. Until such time, meter doesn't run. You only use that medium to disseminate. So it's a very, very significant point, thin line of difference. Right, now I'll take another very important question. Credit rating application made by your client. you are the chartered accountant. The credit rating agency is asking you questions. Please provide inputs about the company to the credit rating agency with respect to your client. Now what?
If I want the client permission.
So here there are two options. One is if the law permits or client permits. So if they are asking, ask the client, and under the written permission you can share. Or else no. Similarly, if there is a direction from the court or there is a direction from any authority, okay, then it can be shared. Then I'll just take one more last question and leave the floor open for last discussion. Can members in practice provide professional service pro bono to clients? Meaning?
Free.
Free.
Services without charging.
That is permitted.
That is,
See, that's a
it's
member's
a
law.
discretion of the member to charge.
That is only recommended.
Recommended.
That is not
That is not
my
only.
choice.
See, that's an honorary service.
No, no. We can, in my opinion, we can.
Because there is no mandatory fees prescribed, it's only recommended.
Very small point only, but very interesting point. Can it be done? So here, Ethical Standards Board, they give a very important point that
Charitable trust.
members may provide services on pro bono basis, on voluntary and individual basis only. No advertisement of such services should be made in social media. I am giving free services. Otherwise, can. Thanking you all for your patient listening, especially being the last session. Your focused attention has made this program, especially last session, lively. And I thank Bangalore branch executive committee members who are here right from morning for their patience shown in this particular program. And this one-day program is a very, very important program, because not only for the purpose of getting the mandatory certificate, but so many aspects are covered. I was here right from morning, from Mr. Guru's session and all Mr. Chitle's session. Every session is significant with their perspective. Thank you one and all.
Thank you for the lively interactive session and very important decisions of the ethical standard boards as well. I request Treasurer of our Bangalore branch to hand over a memento to our speaker as a mark of respect.
Raju, only one question. As a peer reviewer, how do you verify the compliance of ethics?
You can put some questions. Maybe once you interact with the firm or an individual, you know, maybe all 50, 100 questions you need not ask. Some sensitive 10, 20 alone you can have as a, you can customize it and ask. Okay, maybe that particular member is not much in social media, so that you give concepts, those things we need not ask. But the other aspects, you can ask for a visiting card. So how he has this. So this generic questionnaire we have to design, customize it with respect to practice you need to practice.
Can you make a checklist?
Oh sure.
And one last thing about the exam. Can you just give us a brief idea about the exams?
It is an online exam.
What type of questions and syllabus?
Very, very simple. Yeah. This is a book, Peer Review Guidelines 2022. Okay. No problem. This book fully, okay, full. And this is an important decision on the Ethical Standards Board. We had a 2018 edition. After 2018, now 2022 only it has come. It has come in July or June or July only this book has come. So this book will be relevant and here. And with respect to standards, it will be quite huge. So there are FAQs, especially please go to the Ethical Standards Board and Peer Review Board. There the latest announcements are there. All the announcements are in PDF form. Just download all those announcements and keep it sufficient. Though from there only questions will be asked.
So accounting standards both Ind AS and
not in depth. For example, they may ask a question, intangible assets, there is amortization has not been done. So, and there is no, what is, and nothing has been mentioned about that by the auditor. So, what is the standard we take? So, like that only questions.
Then acceptance of audit valid.
Mostly other kind of questions what I discussed, mostly with respect to communications. So communication with the previous auditor, fees pending, all these there will be definite questions. So that is why actually this particular booklet is, it will look so small, but Tamil is so Murthy series, the questions are all 60 questions are most important. Okay, and this peer review guidelines. This especially, you have the peer review guidelines and the process of peer review. This book is sufficient along with the question. This has everything. Actually, this book and this book is sufficient for your exam.
100 marks.
Don't be worried about the. You can. Everyone can pass.
They have to undergo the course, no?
No, not straight away you can.
They don't know course.
They will give you a certificate.
Yes.
Participation.
This will come online. This course is mandatory. The minute we register, we upload, your name will be tagged saying that you have undergone this training.
Because that will be a proctored exam.
No, earlier, before, a year before, the course was introduced. At the time they go, year in after you have to pass the course and then attend the course, pass the examination, then you become a peer reviewer. Only those peer reviewers who are already continuing till this 31st December 2022, you have to go for the exam. That is what they told. If there is any change from that?
Nothing. No change. Sir, I am also in the same category.
Yes,
I was the old peer reviewer.
Yeah.
So now I have to undergo that exam.
Because I did last time, completed everything, and they said for peer review, but nothing has happened. That's what my point. So if you have to write an examination, then you have to go there, go undergo the.
No, this is the training you have completed.
No, that is training is separate.
No. This is your one-day
The
training.
training is completed. Basically, you have to undergo the examination.
Only examination.
Only that's all.
Not the course.
No,
Sir,
the
this
course
is the
is-
course.
This is the course.
This is the course. So they don't.
This was the system earlier.
Uh,
Now, 2020 they changed the system. That's what I have my doubt. See, this was earlier because you attend a one-day course, then it is sufficient. And if you possess the qualification. Then now they gave that examination. Before the examination, they said they have to undergo the course.
this is
Let me try to get the FAQs on this course
Yeah.
itself from the HO, so that let me share it across to the participants. Also, after a couple of members did raise a question on the examination. My apologies, examination is next Friday, not this Friday. And of course, I did mention that there is nothing which is mentioned in the portal or the peer review this thing. So they said they'll look into it and they'll get back to us. Let me try to do a communication to at least the registered participants on one of the communication aspect of it, of the exam. Second one is, as you mentioned, whether there's any other course apart from this. As per my knowledge, there's no other course, but I'll anyways get it clarified in the FAQ form.
If I remember correct, after the course, before the examination, there was a model examination. If I write any
Mock
chance-
exam.
Mock exam, if I have any chance, I'll just.
Sir, I'll make it once again clear. This one-day training program is the training program that was mentioned. Second, the examination will be an online proctored exam. So you have to do the face recognition and all.
That's it.
So now, before the final exam, there are many people there. They will have some connectivity issues, some how the exam will be, some model. So every online proctored exam in our digital board, they have this model mock exam. So you can also take the same mock exam. Not necessary that you have to take a mock exam, but if you take a mock, you will know
We'll get
how
an
the
idea.
questions will be asked.
Yeah.
Okay, but the same question will not be repeated. If
Some
repeated, you are
may,
like
some may be, some may be.
some may.
Based on that, you can prepare for the main exam.
Or at least let me try to put across a mail whom you can contact for these queries. I think Nidhi Singh, Secretary of Peer Review Board, will be handling this. I'll at least try to circulate the contact number so that you can pose your questions.
And also
whatever
the
you want.
presentation, soft copy.
All the presentations can be had of today.
Of today, I'll try to coordinate and get it mailed to the participants. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
And
We are done with.
can you repeat the name of the 3 books once again?
Peer review.
Peer review, it's available online.
All are available on.
Sir, all results are available online.
You can download.
This is important decisions of the ethical standards.
Yes.
60 questions.
60 will come from here only.
Huh?
All the 60 questions will come from here, sir.
No, because this contains code of ethics, this contains regulations, this contains companies act. So all combo, and it is latest.
And,
So therefore,
and some of the questions will be tricky also.
And which is the third?
now only 2 books.
No, sir,
The
according
third one is you
to
will get in the website about the standards which you issue.
And that will be too much because they may not ask everywhere, but certain standards they will give importance. Like for example, on audit documentation. So, and about person who are charged with the governance if there is any fraud aspect. So, some 2 or 3 standards they will focus on.
That is available on the website. Which website is it available?
Really, sir. Sir? Our institute site itself, all standards
And in,
available.
the, okay. And in the morning he was also talking about a handbook. Is that necessary?
That handbook manual yet to be released. This is the guideline.
He said he'll leave it in the.
Oh, yeah,
last
this
year
is the
only it
guideline.
available.
That manual is yet to come in 2023 only. It will come. That
Last
will
year
be,
manual available.
that's a previous version manual only.
And the pass percentage 50.
Yes.
Yes.
50%.
Which is in line with what we
No,
want
no,
to
in
do.
India it's not
60,
more.
60, if I
Pass
write
percentage is
60.
60.
If I write it is 60.
That's why.
Okay. So you can, I'll get the contact person also circulated along with the references material if I have any FAQs as such. So I'll ensure that it comes to the participants of today's. Well, thank you members, thank you for making it convenient to attend, and of course the entire essence was to equip our members for the upcoming AQMM and the peer review. Thank you for participating, hope to see you as the peer reviewer and doing the peer review of the other firms. Signing off, bye.
Thank you.